In these complex and tumultuous days, he ponders how much longer this will all last. Why does he feel so exhausted? And why does happiness seem lost in an unknowable place? He understands that the road ahead will be rough, but he didn't anticipate it being so perilous. Even minor troubles are enough to keep him awake at night, and insomnia brings back sorrowful memories. He seems to be barely holding on, enduring through sheer willpower. Physically and emotionally strained to his limits, his heart is filled with countless moments of exhaustion and grievances. Yet he still has to smile in the face of life. In summary, he feels utterly drained. To this friend, or perhaps to you, I've said a lot along the way, hoping you'll remember. Don't be too hard on yourself. When there's no clear outcome, just take a good rest. You've done well so far and have been outstanding. Although everyone seems to want you to grow and endure societal rites of passage, I only wish for you to lead a peaceful and happy life. Please hang in there. These difficult days won't last forever. Promise me that you'll persevere. Don't doubt your abilities just because of a single failure. You have a long road ahead, and you need to be your own pride. Don't let sudden loneliness crush you. That nearly shuddering feeling, as if your heart is clogged. You used to break down and cry in the middle of the night, often lamenting why you're always alone. You don't like being lonely and long for someone to listen to your troubles when you're sad. However, it seems society doesn't trust tears and has no sympathy for the sensitive. The weakest part of the rope always breaks, almost crushing you under your own fragile body. Eventually, you realize that since you can't find someone truly willing to listen, you have to get through it on your own, despite the difficulties and mental strain. But the strong you slowly made it through. Although still alone, you no longer feel that helpless loneliness. So, please be more accepting and confident in yourself. There are many people in this world who have had similar experiences, and they are all striving to do better. In this life, the most important thing is to learn to endure, overcome, and appreciate loneliness, and become someone strong inside, whether single or in a relationship. Take it slow and don't be afraid to coexist with loneliness. Loneliness is not to be feared. What's frightening is being unable to overcome it. You often feel tired but can't sleep, turning sleepless nights into a habit. Sometimes, you really want to sleep well, but you'll always wake up in the early hours, leading to irregular sleeping patterns and unstable emotions. Perhaps it's because you're too sensitive and overthink things, always feeling that it shouldn't be this way, yet unable to change. Sometimes, you can't even see yourself clearly, fluctuating between clarity and confusion. Sadly, you often find yourself in a fragile state, fragile like a withered weed that collapses at the slightest breeze. This decadence and contradiction amuse you. You long for someone to understand you, but fear being truly understood. You're afraid that your facade of strength will be shattered, that your inner tears will be exposed, and that you'll become vulnerable. Therefore, you pretend to be strong, appearing unfazed, and gradually learn to stand on your own. You hide your emotions behind a mask, as growing up is a lonely process. Thus, you must learn to stand alone. During this time, you've learned not to shop when hungry and not to seek relationships when lonely. You must be cautious of emotional overflow and get a good night's sleep. When you wake up, the sun will rise as usual, and I'll still be here with you.